Bye-bye, Batfleck. This is the dawning of the age of Pattinson. After much speculation about who would replace Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and director Matt Reeves as the Batman, we finally know who the lucky actor is, Robert Pattinson. Sources close to Variety have noted that Pattinson, who broke into the mainstream with the Twilight franchise and has since gone on to make a major name for himself in the drama genre and with art house films, is in final negotiations with studio Warner Brothers to top-line the feature as the titular DC Comics hero. The ink on the contract hasn't dried just yet, but the deal is expected to close soon.
It's hard to explain, but I need you to be open-minded. Can you do that?
Warner Brothers declined to comment on the news, but it looks like Pattinson will take flight to become the Caped Crusader before too long, as the Batman is slated to start pre-production sometime this summer and could go in front of cameras either late this year or early next. For many who have kept their fingers on the pulse of all things related to the Batman, learning that Pattinson is about to rise as a new Bruce Wayne and assume the mantle from Affleck, who dropped out of the Batman as its director and its star, comes as little surprise. Rumors have been swirling for months now, and at one point gained so much traction that artists began crafting digital works, envisioning what the English actor would look like in the Batsuit and dressed up in black tie attire as the billionaire Bruce Wayne. Other actors including Armie Hammer, Logan Lerman, Jack O'Connell, Ansel Elgort, Dylan O'Brien, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Noah Centineo, Richard Madden, and Kit Harington were reported contenders for the leading role in The Batman, but it's clear that Pattinson was the favorite. Warner Brothers and Reeves evidently love Pattinson so much that they've tapped him before the final version of the film script is even complete. It's true, right now Reeves is still polishing the story before locking it in, but he apparently couldn't wait to secure Pattinson before then. Reeves was said to be scouting for an actor 15 to 20 years younger than Affleck, who's in his mid-40s. Pattinson fits that age range nicely. According to Variety, Warner Brothers is giving Reeves as much time as needed to make the Batman as perfect as possible, starting with the script and the cast. The studio reportedly hopes that this version of the famed DC vigilante makes up for how the character was depicted in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice and Justice League. Reeves previously described his take on the iconic superhero as an almost noir-driven detective version of Batman, and the film as a whole is being influenced by the works of Alfred Hitchcock. Reeves told The Hollywood Reporter in June of 2017, "What I try to do is use a camera and use a storytelling so that you become that character, and you emphasize with that point of view. There's a chance to do a version of Batman that is point of view driven in a very, very powerful way that will hopefully connect you to what's going on inside of his head and inside of his heart." To many, Pattinson is still and will always be Edward Cullen from the Twilight saga.
This is what I am.
But the actor has done some genuinely fantastic work in the time after the 5-movie fantasy romance franchise wrapped in 2012. Pattinson went from glittering in the Washington State sun as a brooding vampire to dazzling in films like The Lost City of Zed, Good Time, and High Life. Pattinson is set to appear in The Lighthouse, The King, and Waiting for the Barbarians in 2019 alone. The Batman is a project unlike anything Pattinson has done in his career thus far, and gives the actor, whose biggest film role will likely always precede him, a chance to show millions of people who haven't kept up with his post-Twilight work that he's more than just the vampire guy. Pattinson does have a lot to live up to, since many actors have played Batman before him, but the potent combination of his sharpened acting chops, his status as a sort of underdog, and the positive response his casting in The Batman has already received hints that he'll more than live up to expectations.
What are you? I'm Batman.
The Batman hits theaters on June 25th, 2021. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about the DCEU are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.